Hey, so I had a dream last autumn. I've been wondering if I should share it, and I have concluded or feel as though I should share it. At the time of this dream, I was not living a very vigilant lifestyle, kind of just riding both sides of the fence. Wasn't really thinking about, raptures or the Bible. That wasn't like a forefront of my mind at all. So I had this dream where I was working. I don't know what my job was or what I was doing, but I was outside. It was nighttime, or, it was dark out. And there was a bunch of people outside. It was like, there was like a carnival kind of vibe to it. I didn't really see carnival-esque things, but there was just that sort of vibe of things going on outside. And I was talking to a group of people, and I was facing them, and as I was talking to them, I saw something out of the corner of my eye in the sky. It was like a golden streak of light, and I'm like, what is that? And so I looked, and it was like, I looked closer, and I realized it was a person. Hands at their sides, feet together, just like illuminated in golden light, just completely basked in light, like there was no physical features. And I was like, hey, look, somebody's astral projecting. And the second I said that, I'm like, that is not right. And then I saw another golden light and another golden light. And all of a sudden, just all these golden streaks of light of people just going up in the sky. And I then realized it was the rapture. And I said it out loud too, in my dream. So cut from that scene to next scene. I was laying on the ground, and it was brown out. Everything was brown. It was like everything was dead. It looked like the aftermath of some kind of apocalyptic happening. No indication of what it was, but just like trees were dead. Everything was just brown. The sky was like a brown. It was very dismal feeling. And so I'm laying on the ground with my hands at my sides, feet together, and I look out, and as far as my eye can see, there's just bodies laying on the ground everywhere. Everybody laying like me. And there were some people that had blankets wrapped around them next to me, and I was kind of confused. It was what was going on. And then I saw this figure walking around, and it resembled a man, but I knew it wasn't a man. I never saw its face. It just sort of had like the outline of a man, but it was huge. It was big, like really big. And it didn't have like cognitive thinking. It was just like, it was like a doer. That's the best way I can describe it. It was like just doing what it does without thinking. And it was like sort of lumbering around, and it was almost like it was looking at the people as if it understood or knew just like which ones it was supposed to pick. Not that it was picking, but like it was picked, and it was just doing its job. And so this giant man being doing thing scooped up the person next to me and just tossed it like it was nothing, just like tossed it. And I saw that person go flying and like disappear below the earth. And I was like, what is going on? And just kind of frozen with fear. And this lumbering being like brushed past my foot, and I just like sat really still. And then it went and scooped somebody else up and tossed him. And I was like thinking like, oh my gosh, am I next? And then it like went somewhere else and picked someone else up and tossed them. And I realized I was not going to be next. And so although there was like that sense of relief, at the same time, I was just overcome with sorrow. And my thought was there something I could have done to have saved these people? Was there something I could have done to have helped them? Because I knew these people were being tossed to a very bad place. And that was it. That was the end of my dream. So I don't know what happened afterwards. Very telling to me anyways. I think it's pretty straightforward. I feel like it was God telling me at that time, like, here's where you're at. Here's where you're at spiritually right now. You're like in between. But you're very close to where you won't come back to me. And it's not like I was doing, anything really terrible, doing bad things, being like a law-abiding citizen and everything. But spiritually, I wasn't there. Reading scripture and talking to God was not at the forefront of what I was doing in life. Just living worldly, just like doing what we do here, I guess. And so aside from that, it made me realize too that, every person is precious. And when that time comes and we are witness to people who don't make it, it's going to be very sad. Whether you like somebody or not, or have a grudge against them or not, or did, like, it will still be very sad. So in the meantime, grudges, resentments, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. This isn't about us. This time is so fleeting, because when we go, we're not going to even remember who we were mad at. I guess it depends on where we go afterwards, because some people might have to remember who they're mad at their entire life. But it's like, it's not going to matter anymore. So right now, the state of where we're at, that's what's important. And our job is to, bring as many people to God, to save as many souls as possible. That is our job right now to do, without fear and without apology. And it's really important. Again, it's not about us. So just wanted to share that. And hopefully it will mean something to someone somewhere. See ya.